Hello everyone, I'm Mark.
And I'm Lanice.
And you're watching Living Well Uintah Basin, where success is defined by you.
The Uintah Basin has a whole new way to get up and get active with Bill Hall and his martial arts class on this episode's Beyond the Couch.
Also on Dish by Dish this week, you'll get a whole new perspective on an after-school snack as my son and his friends create a filling treat that will hold him over until dinner. Hey, the kitchen might be messy, but if he's cooking, we're not complaining.
On your way, learn all about other ways besides diet and exercise to stay healthy and keep your body in check.
We've got a great show in store for you today on Living Well Uintah Basin, so let's get after it. What do you think, Lanice? Should we make like eggs and scramble?
Living Well Uintah Basin, presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center. Also made possible by Warriors Warehouse and Uintah Recreation District. Living Well Beyond the Couch.
Hello everyone, and thanks for watching this episode of Beyond the Couch. I'm here today with mixed martial arts Master Hall, and I want to talk about martial arts and your background. How long have you been doing this?
I started studying martial arts in 1975 in Nebraska. I started out with judo, then moved on to taekwondo, and it wasn't until I come to Vernal that I got into some of the jiu-jitsus, kung fu, keto, to name a few. And so when I started teaching here at the rec center when it first opened over 4 years ago, I wanted the student to be more rounded, not to get out into the street or even messing around with their friends or go to a tournament and be so one-sided as just learning one martial arts can be. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great martial arts out there, and there's a lot of good instructors right here in Vernal. But to be one-sided, you're really limiting yourself, especially in this day of age with cage fighting, mixed martial arts. And if you're just one-sided, you're really at a disadvantage to yourself, and that puts you in a bad position. So here, what I try to teach everybody here is we've mixed a little bit of kung fu, because I have a first-degree black belt in kung fu. We mixed jiu-jitsu, because most fights always end up on the ground. We've mixed taekwondo, because a lot of fights, you may be able to defend them off at the beginning with kicks or end it with a kick. You just never know, because you never know what's going to happen. And a little bit of keto and some kung fu also mixed in with the hand-to-hand combat stuff. Everything here we try to teach the students, regardless of the age, on how to hinge and roll your body. Get into trap positions, pressure points, lock joints, and this way it gives you a little more advantage, and maybe you can submission the person quickly as opposed to maybe really injuring them. A lot of times when you get into an altercation, you don't really want to hurt that person, but you sure don't want to be hurt. If you could take this person out and put them in a submission hold till they tapped out, that's a lot better than kicking their teeth in or breaking somebody's leg. And not only that, but you don't want it to happen to you, so the better you can defend yourself, the better you can go on the offense and end the altercation.
Sure, and that's what we're talking about, mixed martial arts. It is basically an altercation, and you watch what these guys do, and it's in the air, and eventually you get down on the ground and you go. Now I'm looking out here at the class, and we've got, it looks to me as young as 7, and didn't you say one of the instructors is 65? So this is really a lifetime sport. Teaches balance, strength, skill. I mean, there's no age limitation here, is there?
No, believe it or not, you can actually start kids at around the ages of 3 and 4. Well, when you got them that young, you got to have a class structured for 3 and 4 year olds because their attention span is around 45 minutes. Beyond that, you just forget it. They're not going to learn anything, and you're wasting your time. Here in my class, I start them as young as 7 and 8, and I have a student here just recently got his black belt, and it's one of my assistant instructors who's 65 years old.
The 1 in 1,000 person, when we're talking about how many kids get interested in mixed martial arts and don't finish. And you've got somebody that's 65 that just got their black belt. And there's also, is she 11 that's just got her black belt and is also an instructor, is that correct?
Right, I have Talia Kitchen here, and she's been with me for about 4 years. And she's 11 years old, and she just recently got her black belt here a couple months ago. She persevered, hung in there. She is the 1 in 1,000 people. And what we mean by that is you get an individual like her that comes into class, from the time she starts until she gets her black belt, on an average, 1,000 people will rotate through this class or any individual class before they will get a black belt. So 1,000 people is going to quit before that one will actually make it to black belt. because they lose interest. Martial arts is really repetitive. It's like anything else in sports or anything you become really good at. The only way you're going to become really good at it is to practice, practice, practice. Do the same thing over, and over. Then when you're sick and tired of doing it over, do it over some more. You know, Jackie Chan, Mutant Ninja Turtles, they didn't become really good by practicing a year or two and then giving it up. You know, Jackie Chan had practiced for 14 years before he was able to go out and show it in the public. He'd been in it 25 some years before he came to America and became discovered. So what a lot of people got to understand, that as they watch Jackie Chan or any famous martial artist, that these guys have practiced for years and years and years, and they didn't get this overnight. They've done that round kick 10,000 times. They've done that side kick 10,000 times. And it takes dedication, it takes perseverance. So for a person to come in and get a black belt, it's not going to happen. It's going to take years of dedication and practice, and a lot of people will cycle through before that one will get their first degree black belt. I recently just tested for my 7th degree black belt. I have to hold this rank for a minimum now of 7 years. And to get a 9th degree black belt, there's a minimum age of 52 years old.
Well, you know, I'm excited to see what this class can offer, and they've gave me a pair of these plastic nunchucks, and I'm ready to go right now.
My name is Talia Kitchen. I am a 1st degree black belt. It took me 4 years to get my black belt, and I had to train really hard and have a lot of focus to get it.
My name is Jace Anderson. I am a 3rd belt red belt. My favorite competition was the tournament in West Valley, Salt Lake City.
In the Royal West Martial Arts competition, I did forms and sparring. I got 1st in both.
I took 2nd place in forms and 1st in sparring.
It was really hard, especially if I didn't practice something, because then I wasn't ready for it at the testing.
My favorite art is Taekwondo. My goals are to become a black belt, just to help out with instructing.
As an instructor, I hope to be able to get everyone in here to a black belt without quitting.
Warriors Warehouse has the preventative and natural products you need to improve your overall health. Nutritional supplements for maximum performance? We've got that too. And if you're looking for the best variety of gluten-free food, the search is over. We also cater to the needs of our customers by providing individualized diet and supplement plans, skincare, and friendly professional service. We have the education and experience to answer your questions and give you first-class assistance, backed by our pharmacy-certified Dr. Lewis. Let us show you why we're your #1 source for health products.
Living well, dish by dish.
I don't know about your kids, but I know that my kids come home from school every day like ravenous wolves. They're so hungry. For you busy moms and dads out there that aren't there to greet them when they come home, we've got a special treat. As you can see behind me, I have a bunch of teenagers in my kitchen. This is a common sight at my house. A lot of times I come home from picking my other kids up and I find them in the kitchen making their after-school snack. I've asked them to come on the show today to show you as parents and also you as teenagers watching this just how easy whipping up that afternoon snack can be. So let's go in and have them show us what they're up to today. Hey guys, smells good. What are we cooking today?
Hey Denise, we're just cooking breakfast burritos, that's all. Well, I'm about done browning the sausage right now, and I think Kobe is about done with the hash browns, and Saya's just cooking the eggs. So.
Looks like your hash browns are good and ready, Polly.
Yep.
Smell mighty good.
I'm gonna take these off now and put on the bacon.
So we've got hash brown, bacon, sausage. Looks like it's gonna be quite the breakfast burrito.
Oh yeah.
And you guys are keeping my kitchen nice and clean, right?
We're trying.
So why do you guys like the breakfast burritos while you're whipping this up? I mean, this is something you guys make a lot.
Well, they just taste really good.
Really easy to make.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the key, right? You don't need your mom in the kitchen cooking for you. You guys can do this, right?
Yep. Well, it looks like we're pretty much done here. Let's take our stuff over to the counter and get started.
All right, let's go over and have you guys show us the next step to these breakfast burritos.
All right, this is the best part right here. You get to make them and eat them.
Pass those tortillas,
So
please.
first we get our tortillas here. Then We're gonna grab some eggs and we're gonna put them in.
Does this fill you up better than like sitting down with a bag of chips?
Oh yeah. Oh, a lot definitely.
You'd much rather have this kind of a snack?
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're gonna go with some sausage.
It's a good thing only you guys are eating it since you're handing it, right?
Eh, it's all right.
Little germs never kills anyone.
Nope. Now we're gonna a couple of pieces of bacon. Get some bacon in there. And then we're gonna get our hash browns.
So Saya, while you're assembling, was this hard?
No, this is really easy.
All right. So if your mom's not home, you're home from school, you can even do this for breakfast or whatever. Before you guys all three play on the basketball team. So before basketball practice, if your mom's not home, she's off running errands or whatever, is there an excuse to lay on the couch and go hungry?
No, not at all.
All right. So what are you gonna tell those teenagers out there watching?
Don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy.
Exactly.
And don't be afraid to be in the kitchen, right?
Yep.
All right. All right, we're gonna let you guys enjoy eating this.
Okay.
I wanna thank you guys. I know it's kind of hard to come on as teenagers and whatnot, but I wanna thank you guys for being on the show.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
No problem.
Living Well Health and Wellness Tip brought to you by Warriors Warehouse.
So MCT is a healthy fat that helps burn fat in the body. It's as easy as switching out products like coconut oil in your daily diet.
But to get optimal fat burning results, you really need to use a concentrated MCT supplement like we've got here with the capsule and oil. And really it's easy to use. I would just start with a teaspoon a day. Work that up to 3 tablespoons a day, and you can put that in your smoothie or protein shake.
Living well, your way.
One of the things that we do on this show is we try to find you ways to live more healthy. I'm with Travis Allen. He's a local chiropractor here in town. Thanks for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Travis, one of the reasons I wanted you on here is last year I did a lot of things. I thought I was taking really good care of myself. I was running marathons, Ragnars, all kinds of stuff. And I started noticing at the end of the year that my sciatic nerve was having some issues. And then I started realizing that, I've been taking care of myself physically, maybe as far as the exercise goes, but there's a lot more to taking care of your body than that. In fact, I was probably abusing my body by not coming in and seeing you. And so I wanted you on the show today so that you could tell people, first of all, one of the biggest reasons for chiropractic, why that should be a part of their everyday healthy, not necessarily every day, but part of their healthy lifestyle.
Sure. Well, I think the first thing, like you just explained, pain's a poor indicator of our health. And too often we rely upon our symptoms and our pain to tell us when we need to take care of ourselves. So someone like you who, really working hard at exercising and working on nutrition and doing the things you need to as an athlete, sometimes we neglect our bodies because we don't have pain or symptoms. But chiropractic really is about making sure that our nervous system functions the way that it should. So often we get patients in that are here because they have pain. They have neck pain and back pain, and a lot of times that's why they think they need to come. But
and at that point, I don't mean to interrupt you, but at that point you're waiting too long, right? I mean, when the pain comes, you've already waited too long.
That's right. Yep, that's exactly right. Oftentimes we wait to that point though, and by then things are happening that shouldn't be happening. Our bodies aren't functioning the way that they should. So really it's about function versus how you feel versus feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as a chiropractor, we want to assess the spine, assess the vertebra to make sure that our nervous system is functioning the way that it should, and not just when we have neck or back pain.
you even do stuff in infants.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of science behind it all. And even for adults, I know, like, if the neck's in alignment, colds for instance, if your neck and everything's in alignment, you're not going to have colds as often, right? Because isn't there some scientific stuff behind all of that?
Well, with science and anatomy and physiology, we know that the spinal nerves affect the organs and affect the body. And when the spine gets out of alignment, simply these things don't work the way they should. The organs start to fail, and so if it's getting a cold and our immune system's not functioning the way that it should, a lot of times it has to do with our spine. And you're right, we do see a lot of kids, and people don't think, well, my kids never complain of back pain or neck pain. Well, moms and dads don't bring us their kids because of back and neck pain. It's because they understand that chiropractic helps their nervous system. They want their kids to be healthier. And as you know, we see kids a lot. We see them all the time, and kids are healthier. They're simply healthier when they get regular chiropractic care, as well as adults.
Yeah. And now we talk. So you go from infant up to all ages. I mean,
Absolutely.
You're not too old. You're not too young to see a chiropractor.
Not at all.
And I know one thing that people sometimes say is, oh, you should never let anyone crack your neck, or never let anyone pop your back or anything. What would you say to somebody that's maybe a little skeptical about letting somebody do that to them?
Well, you know, chiropractic's made a lot of advancements over the years, and a lot of new technologies are on the market today. Some of those technologies we have in our clinic today, and we have equipment, we have ways to check the spine, to adjust the spine without having to do physical manipulation that is the cracking and crunching that people are afraid of. Don't let that be something to keep you from coming. We have ways, there's new modern technologies that allow us to still treat the spine and give you the comfort and the relief that you need.
One of the things I want you to show is, if somebody were to come to your particular practice, I mean, I know other chiropractors might have different things in their office, but one of the things that I'm going to have you show me while we're here today is some of your equipment and what people could expect to run into if they were to come. I know, I mean, I can say that me, myself, I am a lot healthier when I do make chiropractic part of my regular routine.
Right.
I feel better, I perform better, even in sports and things like that, because the body's an amazing thing, and when you keep it in alignment, like you said, and it doesn't lead to all the other things. So
Right.
I can testify that it is a great thing as part of our well-being.
Absolutely. I think the first thing that we'll look at, and as a chiropractor that I'm concerned about, it again, is how is your nervous system actually functioning. So we're going to check a lot of how the nerves are functioning in your body, and using some of our equipment to assess that and to check those things.
Perfect. All right, let's go take a look at it.
Great, sounds good. So one of the pieces of equipment that we use regularly in our office is the Sigma instrument. This allows me to analyze your spine and again find out where those vertebrae are affecting the nerves. As you can see here, based on the scan that we've already done, this shows the vertebrae that represent in your spine. And you can see how I used this to interpret where the vertebrae are out of alignment. I adjusted your spine, and then I'm able to show you afterwards exactly how it affected that nervous system, and whether or not what I just did benefited. Did it work, in other words. So why don't we go ahead right now and show you how this works and let you feel it a little bit. Does that work?
Okay, yeah.
All right, go ahead and have a seat right here for me. Okay, so I'm going to use this to adjust you now. If you want to stay right there, you're going to feel some gentle vibration as we move that vertebra into position. That's it, that's it. I adjusted that vertebra, simple, gentle technique, and we can come back here on the computer and see exactly where I move those vertebrae into alignment now.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Also, Lanisa, I want to introduce to you our new Light Force Class 4 laser. This is a deep tissue laser. What it does is it has been scientifically proven, actually, to reduce inflammation and pain. It's simply a high-powered light, a laser, that's emitted from the probe that allows me to penetrate that into the affected area and to heal the tissue, to heal the damaged tissue. So whether or not it's an elbow that you've injured, a sport injury like an ankle or a knee, or of course spinal injuries, phenomenal at healing those injuries.
So you could actually be specific to a certain area, a certain piece of tissue.
That's exactly right. In fact, we oftentimes will see sports-related injuries or even discs, phenomenal for healing discs. Kind of new technology that's on the market today, but has had, like I said before, been scientifically proven to reduce these problems and to help these problems.
That's fantastic. Travis, again, I want to thank you for taking us through a little tour of what you can expect if you were to come see the chiropractor. And for anyone watching, I want to encourage you, don't wait until the pain starts. Get in and see your local chiropractor before then. It's a great part of living well.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, Lenise, there's so many different ways to stay active and healthy, and I hope that you guys have got some great ideas from us on this show and all the shows we do with Living Well Uintah Basin.
Remember, if you have an idea for an upcoming show, let us know. Connect with us on Facebook or contact us here at BTV.
And until next time, live well and stay healthy, Uintah Basin.
See you next time.